What is up, you beautiful motherfuckers? Welcome back to a new video. Before we start, I just want to say thank you guys for the support on the recent videos. Love you guys a lot. And welcome to our first episode of Inbox, where you guys send me questions or advice, and I answer. The link to the Google form is in the description. You can ask me something, and then you can even pick what game you want to see played. But that's going to be it for the intro. So let's get right into the inbox. I don't know if I can send multiple entries, but I'm going to do it anyways because my last one was extremely unserious. In your words, what is acceptance? I feel that lots of people get acceptance mixed up with tolerance, but they're completely different things in the long run. It'd be an interesting topic, if anything. I really liked this question. This was a really nice question to receive. Thank you. First off, you can send multiple entries. If you want multiple questions answered, send them in different entries because, sometimes topics don't correlate and I can't put them in the same video. But you're allowed to send as many entries as you want. And I really do... I feel like this goes into two different things of what acceptance means to people. Acceptance as an individual, you are accepted by society, you are accepted by your friends, and acceptance as in moving on. I feel like there's two different versions of acceptance, and it definitely does get mixed up with tolerance when it comes to being accepted by your peers, because true acceptance through your peers, I feel like it's like hard to, I got hit with a really hard question. Jeez. I feel like acceptance through your peers is, I don't want to say you're exempt from judgment, but that thing that you're looking for acceptance for is accepted and it's acknowledged, but you aren't like targeted for it. You're not, like picked out of a group of select people because you're gay, you're trans, you're this race, you're whatever, insert trait here that you want to be accepted for. And I feel like true acceptance of that is not being targeted because of that trait, and people accept you for who you are. Tolerance to that is pretending you're okay with it but not being okay with it. You're just tolerating it. I feel like that's the difference between acceptance and tolerance when it comes to acceptance of your peers. And it obviously goes way deeper than that because, I'm just a 17-year-old on the internet, dude. I can't really go as in-depth on it as I would like to because this is a topic that I'm not super well versed in. I haven't really thought about it too much because when it came to coming out as gender fluid and coming out as pansexual, I didn't receive any backlash. I supported, like, pure support, if anything, from my peers and my friends. Like, nobody cares, like, they were just like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't go through any, like, hardships with coming out or anything, so I wouldn't really have an in-depth understanding of acceptance through your peers. But I do know that there is a difference between tolerance and acceptance, and that's what I wanted to say. And when it comes to acceptance through grief, through forgiveness, that brand of acceptance, I feel like that brand of acceptance is what I'm trying to find the word to it. It's not indifference, but it might be too. When it comes to grief and forgiveness, true acceptance of that, I feel like, is indifference in a way, because when you lose somebody and you go through those stages of grief, I feel like acceptance is accepting that person is gone and moving on. I feel like that is what indifference is moving on. And I feel like that, in a way, is what acceptance is. Acceptance is moving on. Acceptance is, going forward with your life, and it doesn't affect you the way it used to. And it isn't particularly indifference, but a certain melancholic feeling that comes with acceptance, that you're okay with these circumstances, and you accept them for what they are, and you move forward. And I feel like that is what true acceptance is being okay with what happens, and you know, moving forward. And that's what true acceptance is. And that's really what I had to say. Thank you so much to the submitter. I know who you are behind closed doors, but you know, I try to keep these submissions anonymous. If you do want to be credited in your submission, put your YouTube handle in the submission, and you know, I'll like put your socials up. But you know, they're anonymous, and I do want to thank you for submitting this, because this was definitely a question that racked my brain for a couple days reading this, because I really had to try to come to an understanding of what I thought acceptance was. And that's the words of wisdom for today. You know, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and shoot your own submissions in the Google form. You can pick your own gameplay, which is pretty cool, you know. And that's all I really have to say. Yeah, if you have any games you want to go into the gameplay part of the Google form, add it to your submission, and I'll consider putting it into the Google form and putting it as background gameplay and videos. Ooh, that burp. What else do I want to say? Jeez. Shout out to my boy Autopsy. I just did an interview with him last night. He's at like 10 subs. You should go subscribe to him. He's a good friend of mine, and he's starting to do videos like this too. And he's a great guy, so you should go check him out. But that's gonna be all for me today. Next video probably won't be an inbox, because the inbox is kind of empty right now. So go ahead and fill that inbox up. Link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll check you guys. What? I'll see you guys later. Jeez.